equations and eliminate a variable. What did you guys eliminate? Okay. So if I take these two and went to eliminate x, then we have to multiply one of them by a negative. So if I did the first one, okay, so then when I add those together, my x's drop. We have not yet used the second equation, so we have to take it, one of the other two, and get rid of x again. Does it matter which one? Okay. So take the bottom, you'd have to multiply by -3. So if we add those drop. So -6y minus 7z equals -5.
That's great.
I did y so that way I could times the top one by 3
And
I could use that top one in each of these.
Yes, it doesn't matter at all which variable, but very different process depending on which path you took. Alright, so if I have this, which one do we want to get rid of? Y. So 4 and 6, we could turn them both into 12 or 24. So I could take this one times 3.
That's really good math. Multiply by -3 and I didn't need to.
Oh. So this one times 2. So those drop. -9 and -14 is -23. +33 and -10 is +23. Divide, so z is -1. So now plug it back into one of these. So if I just go with that one. So we get 4y plus 3 equals 11. So y equals 2. Now we have y and z, so go back to one of the originals to get x. So if I just do the first one, so x minus y plus 5z. Then you get 1. Yeah, the problem is if you get your first variable wrong, then you continue to get ugly
I
answers.
just don't know how I got my first variable wrong.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Multiply by
That's you.
Alright, let's take a look at this one.
Oh, that's not apple juice.
So,
syrup on your head.
That's syrup gone.
Just tear on the paper towel.
It's squealing. See if there's left
Do we
out.
need to write all that?
alright, so we've done word problems. We did those Friday. So this is the same thing, but it is going to have 3 variables today. The only difference is we have to define all 3 variables, and if we have 3 variables, how many equations do we have to write? 3. And then it's the same process. So an investment of $35,000 was made by a business club. The investment was split into 3 parts and lasted for 1 year. The first part of the investment earned 8%, the second 6%, and the third 9%. Total interest was $2,610. What should I define my variables as?
X plus.
8%.
Good. So these are the amounts at each percent, so X could be the amount at 8%. Y is the amount at 6%, and Z is the amount at 9%. Okay, we could probably write some of the equations already. We had an investment of $35,000. So what would my equation be? Okay, it also gave us the total amount of interest. So how would I find the interest? Interest is principal times rate times time. My time was 1 year, so you just have to take your variable times percentage. All right, the last thing, the interest from the first investment. So the first one, that was my X, is the same thing as saying 2 times the interest from the second. Now, this isn't correct because I did X and Y. Those are the principals, right? But it said the interest from the first. So X was the first investment. How do you find the interest of that? Yeah, you have to multiply it by the 0.08. Equals 2 times the interest from the second one. So Y is the second one. The interest would be 0.06. All right, so let's just start with this third equation. So we have 0.08x equals 0.12y. We could easily solve this for one of them. Does it matter which one you solve for? All right, so if you just divide by the 0.08, all right. What do you want to do now?
Plug it in.
Okay, we have really 2 options. We can go ahead and substitute this in to both of those 2 equations we haven't used and then eliminate the y or z. Or we could eliminate first to get a single equation and then plug in our x. So we're going to do the same 2 things, it's just whatever order that you want. It might be slightly less work if we eliminate first. So we don't want to eliminate the x. Since this has x and y, it doesn't have z, let's eliminate the z. So to do that, I'd have to take the first one times a negative 0.09, and I'm going to put that with the second one. So 35,000 times what? Okay, then we have 0.08x. Okay. So when we add these together, get a negative 0.01x minus 0.03y equals, at this point, we could substitute the x. So negative 0.01 times 1.5.
That's a lot of work. 12,000.
So now we have y, and we can work backwards to get the others.
Oh.
We know x is 1.5 times y. We get x to be 18,000. And then we have x and y, so we could get z, if I just go back to the original, we know x plus y plus z plus your
5,000.
So then we had to find the amounts of each part. So they invested. X was 18,000 at 8%. $12,000 at
Bro.
and $5,000 at 9%.
Make or break of that problem.
It was longer, but same process that we've been doing.
But they play shut.
Questions on so yesterday I gave you a Math Excel assignment. It's due tomorrow, so you have the rest of the hour to finish that up.